first game, which is going to be played on Yangsu, as you guys can see. And it's going to be a barcode versus barcode, Johan.
Yeah,
So
the red one is MC. The TF barcode is MC. Or at least I think so. We'll see.
This is not confusing at all.
Yeah, not much can be done, I guess, about this, because these players, they just had one account on the gateway they played. I guess it was for you to install a scoreboard, but you didn't read messages yesterday. So Rotty is to blame, guys.
Yeah,
Let me just make that clear for everyone.
Go make up some emails that you've never sent. Freaking Johan. After I did 11 hours of casting, like 11 best of 5s, he's like, yo bro, we have to do some test run. Then I'm here and I do everything he wants, and then this morning he's like, yo, did you do the scoreboard I asked for? God damn it, Johan. You didn't ask for anything. Anyway, MCs are red protos spawning on the right top side of Yangsu. I promise there will be a scoreboard in the following days, guys. One step at a time. You don't get the best production NA on the first day. Rome wasn't built in one day. Same as my top 3 NA production. But we're getting there. At least the sound.
Your production is ever going to be good?
Of course. I'm an aspiring future producer, man. One day I'm gonna run this town.
We'll see about that.
When I'm old and grey. Either way, let's talk about PvP, Johan. It's my favorite matchup. I know it sounds crazy because a lot of people don't like it all that much, but I think PvP is really fun. It can be frustrating with oracles and DTs, but people just get better and better in it. And yesterday I actually had the pleasure of casting some really fun and entertaining best of 5s. And especially the Taiwanese protos, Haas, really impressed me. Also, Minigun played super solid. I think it's a beautiful matchup, and it's insane at how good people have become at reading stuff. With seeing so little, they somehow see so much. Could you add something to that?
Yeah, except I've talked a little bit about this. Europeans don't like to scout too much, generally speaking, and that's even more true in PvP, I think. And here we see SaSe not scouting early on, whereas MC again went for a scout after his gateway. So as much as you're right, and he's not going to have every information that he could have, it's a start. He's looking more for information than his opponent. And SaSe,
to be honest, no
double gate.
Yeah, that's already something. That eliminates a few things, that eliminates a few potential timings. You know, you don't have to worry about a super quick oracle or ridiculously quick DTs, because hey, it's a double gate opening, so that means that any additional attack is going to be a little later to the party. SaSe on the other end, what I'm really surprised by Johan is that he didn't even check like in his natural for proxies. The only thing he checked, I think, was over here on the north side just to see if there was a cannon going up.
Yeah, and that's very important on this map to look for the cannons. But yeah, proxies can surprise you, but you don't really expect it out of either of those players. And then the one game you don't, then you have White Trap proxied on Chakras in that old school game that everybody remembers. So still need to be careful a little bit.
So once more for everyone who's still unsure, the red Protoss is MC, the blue Protoss is SaSe. So despite them both being barcodes, it should be clear now. Manish, of course, is making his way across the map, or her way. Twilight Council is going up in the back of SaSe's base. It's an excellent map to open up with some Twilight aggression, maybe, unless he would go DTs, and I'm completely wrong, but I think it's a pretty okay map to open up with Blink, especially because he opened double gate. It is going to be DTs. I'm surprised by that. What do you think, Johan?
I think DTs used to be a very solid build that you could do almost every single time and not necessarily fall behind if you started an expansion with it. But now, if you don't do much damage with it, and if your opponent sees it early enough, which they almost always will, it's not going to go very well for you, I feel. And MC here going for the Stargate.
This is bad for SaSe, man. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you there, Johan, but he took a lot of damage on his Stalker. He's actually going to lose his first Stalker. He still didn't get the probe. He might get it.
SaSe knows the probe is there. So he's going to try to snipe it. He gets it.
You're a little bit behind, a few seconds, and now the Mothership Core taking a lot of damage. The Mothership Core should survive, though. It will survive. But still, trading a Stalker for a probe, that's not a very good thing to do. And above all, SaSe does not have a single probe out on the map.
No,
he's going to try to get a probe out right now, but MC is all over that.
SaSe has a probe at the third base of MC.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see
it.
This could be good then, though, because there is a single Oracle on the map. The Robo is kind of late for MC. Just now he's starting to warp it in. If the Oracle is on this side of the map, maybe that's a nice window of opportunity for SaSe's Dark Templars to do crazy damage.
Yeah, and Actually, SaSe going for the Robo here, not starting an expansion, I guess. Oh, he does start the expansion a little bit late. He's gonna get some of his units sniped there in the meantime. He's using that distraction to send in the Dark Templar. The Mothership Core might fly into his main. He's gonna have to use the...
Oh, Oracle is gonna pick up the sentry though, I think. Force field is bad by SaSe, so SaSe is gonna have to worry about a lot of stocks in his main. But there is a Dark Templar. Yeah, but still though, Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, but this could have gone so much better if he had trapped two Stalkers.
I know. It could have been fantastic for SaSe, but I still think it's good, man. He's up 8 workers. MC, his observer, is extremely late to the party. He will never get it. He will not get it, at least not for now.
So the Oracle has to come back. He doesn't have any energy anymore.
No, he used the energy to kill the sentry.
He has to get another one.
This is almost game-ending damage. Look at MC, he's not mining for so freaking long. He will get, eventually he will get detection, eventually he will survive, but the amount of damage that these DTs have done is ridiculous.
Maybe the force field was good after all, because he faked weakness. He's like, come on in, I failed my force field. Come further away from your base. And then, well, MC actually, he's going to be able to defend for now, but behind is SaSe getting the expansion, starting Blink, making 2 extra gateways. He's playing this very, very well. And he's going to be able to
SaSe needs to get an Immortal though. I don't really understand why he didn't get an Immortal.
One of those Dark Templars get sniped. MC nicely done here. He knows there's the possibility of one Dark Templar walking inside of his main again. So he's going to pull back now with his units. But SaSe is not falling for it. He's calling the bluff of his opponent. He's not going to send in an additional Dark Templar. He's just pulling back home, getting as many units as he can. Wants to make sure he can defend.
He will defend eventually. I'm a little bit surprised, Johan, that he waited so long with producing an Immortal. He is getting an Archon, but after all, I feel Immortal is a lot stronger in this phase in the game. What do you think about that? Aren't you surprised by that?
Against targets, you don't necessarily need to get an Immortal early on, because like I think SaSe is either expecting his opponent to expand or to do an all-in with target units, in which case Immortals are no good. He just wants to get as many Stalkers as he can with Blink and then make sure he can defend. But 2 Oracles are gonna fly in there.
Deal a little bit of damage, picked off a few probes, but still SaSe still 6 workers ahead, comfortably mining of his natural expander right now as well. I guess whatever you said did make sense. I was just a little worried because MC had quite a few Stalkers out on the map. He was working off only 2 gates, I thought maybe 3. And for a moment, the only thing that SaSe had was like 2 DTs, a Mothership Core, a Stalker, and a Sentry and a Zealot, and then he made that Archon. And in that phase, I think maybe the Immortal was better. But the longer this goes on, the more sense it makes to get the Archon and get all the Stalkers. And for now, SaSe is just in a fantastic position.
Yeah, yes he is. MC looks like he's preparing some kind of attack at the expansion, but he does see those units with his Observer, which is going to be sniped in a second here, by the way. As he's trying to expand himself and to go into Colossus. I think he has identified that he was behind and he has to make something happen. He sees a lot of gateway units from his opponent. He knows that if he can reach 1 or 2 or even 3 Colossus, he could have a shot at basically fighting head-on and winning the fights. But other than that, not much of a chance for MC. So he's gonna try to come back that way, but SaSe does not want to give him any time. He's warped in a pylon across the map. He's gonna start warping in a lot of Stalkers. And having Blink here, this is gonna be almost impossible for MC to hold. Look,
First Immortal is on the way.
One Immortal, he's gonna have 1 single Immortal, and he's up his ramp too. Keep that in mind.
Yep. That's going to be very hard. Photon Overcharge is going to go down immediately. There's a Dark Templar in the mix as well. The Oracles might help out to provide a little bit of DPS. Good force fields there by SaSe. The Archon is soaking up a lot of damage. So far SaSe is winning the fight. The Immortal's in a safe position though, but SaSe might just have a few too many units.
Yeah, SaSe right now with a ton of Stalkers. He's gonna snipe that Immortal of MC. MC's trying to pull it back. 18 hit points, it is saved. Yeah. But the reinforcements are just gonna prove to be too much. The Photon Overcharge is good, but against these many units, it's not gonna help enough. And the first Colossus is about to come up, but this was a mistake to take the Colossus in the first place. MC should have scouted a little bit more the gases at the expansion of his opponent and realized there was gonna be a big all-in headed his way.
Not a forward blink below this Colossus will be the end of this Colossus and will probably be the end of MC in game number 1 as well, which was just an unfortunate game. He was definitely fighting a big uphill battle after losing all those probes to the Dark Templars, and GG is gone.